Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, y'all are ready for a quite explosive show today. Got a lot of good talking to talk about. We got 30 seconds. Let's get it in. Okay, exciting show today. I'm excited for this one. It's going to be fun. All right. A lot has happened in the college football world. A lot has happened in general. First of all, hold up. Tyler, appreciate you for the $2 super chat in the chat. Much love to you, my friend. Said, Cam, what you eating tonight? Chinese food for me. I haven't had Chinese food in a minute. And it low-key tastes good now. But you gotta think about what they be feeding you. So I don't know. Honestly, tonight I'll probably keep it easy. I made some shrimp noodle scampi. It's okay. It's about damn average. Don't worry about it. But I mean, hey, tastes fine. But either way, we good to go. Don't worry about all that. I gotta get my sounds hooked up just like I do on the other one. Probably gotta switch platforms, especially. But T. Roddy has been a member for 1 month, which is actually quite crazy. I don't even think it's crazy that it's been a month though on this channel so far. He's been a member for. Is my camera freezing? Oh, okay. Let me check my YouTube stream real quick. Make sure this thing is not tripping. Hold on. It froze up, but it's back. It's back and it's better. But T. Roddy, that's pretty crazy that you've been a member for a month over here. But on my other channel, you almost got like three or 4 years. It's pretty insane. So I always appreciate you, my friend. And then T-Roddy gifted 10 gifted memberships in the chat. Them memberships are not cheap. And my dog is supporting and showing love to all my platforms. T-Roddy, you know I always appreciate you. Stacks, I appreciate you as well for the love and the support. Much love. Thomas in the chat. Willie, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all always hold me down. And that's real. T-Roddy, thank you for the love. Thank you, Tyler, for the love as well. Okay. We got a pretty great show when it comes to college football today. Pretty great show. We're on a little later than we normally are, but it is what it is. It seems like y'all are here. Y'all are awake. Y'all are ready to go. So let's get fired up and let's go. It's that simple. Let's go get it. Okay? Today, and if my camera's freezing up, I don't know what's going on with it. It is what it is. It'll clear up after a few seconds. I don't know. Thing it just did it again. It keeps freezing up. Let me reset my camera. Let me reset this real quick and see if it. All right, we back, baby. Don't know if that's gonna do anything, but it is what it is. T. Roddy said, like I always said, I'm gonna rock with you until you give it up, ride or die. And we not giving up, so we're gonna be here for a long time, T. Roddy. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Everything's so slow today. Everything's so behind. It is what it is. We on McDonald's Wi-Fi. I'll take that for today. Normally, I'm on DeSantis Wi-Fi. Best Wi-Fi in the state. Or maybe it's StreamYard. Hey, forget it. Willie, Thomas, let's get the show started. Everybody watching on X, everybody watching on YouTube, appreciate y'all. All right. I don't know why I put this gum in. I got to spit this out. All right. Let me give y'all a rundown of the show real quick. It's going to be nice, simple, easy. Let me switch to my other screen. Let me go I think is this one? Nope, not that one. This one. There it is. Okay. First things first, we got to talk about Lane Kiffin. Lane decided to switch lanes and go somewhere else, and he decided to go not to Florida. Somebody told me that him and Florida State were in discussion. Man, be quiet. He went to LSU. Nobody want to hear about that. No. No. Why? Now, if he would have, we're going to get into it, but if Lane would have left an Ole Miss team that is headed to the playoffs to go to a team that's not even having a winning season, won't even get a bowl game this year, and he went to that team, I don't care how many dollars you give me. Absolutely not. LSU, I understand. FSU, no. That would be a horrible decision. So Lane decided to go to LSU, and he left Ole Miss. He claimed that, he asked to coach the playoffs for his team, and Ole Miss said, yeah, let's get into let me go through the rundown. We're going to talk about the AP Top 25 poll. We're going to talk about the college football bracket that we have. We're going to do some predictions for the conference championship games. We're going to talk about the FSU Seminoles getting shafted by the Gators. We're going to go over the stat lines. We're going to go over everything when it comes to this right here. And then also, did that lose sound? No, we're good. We're also going to talk about the Gators' new football head coach and then who replaced him. And then we're going to take us to the NFL and talk about Shedeur Sanders. Y'all got the rundown? Then let's get it ran down. First things first, Mr. Lane Kiffin. I want to know in the chat, do y'all think that this was the appropriate decision for Lane Kiffin to leave? I believe an 11-1. Is Ole Miss 11-1? An 11-1. Oh, I guess I could just search it up on my computer right here. An 11-1 Ole Miss team. Let's see, Ole Miss 2025 record. I don't really keep up with Ole Miss. Pretty sure they're 11-1. They're 11-1. The third-ranked team in the SEC. He left that team to go to LSU. What are we thinking about that? LSU currently sits at 7-5, right? They'll get their bowl game, and that's about it. Do y'all think that was a smart decision or not? Because my thing is, Lane Kiffin has played in y'all face. Played dead in y'all face with no remorse to it. If I'm a coach and I'm like, okay, you know what? I got these offers. They offer me big money. I can go Florida. I can go LSU. I can go basically any damn where I want to. They're going to accept me, right? I'm not going to sit here and play in y'all face. I don't know why. I know why they do it, but I'm going to come out and say, hey, you know what? If they ask, because they asked him many, many times in the presser, even one of the reporters, right? I guess he has a show, and Lane confronted him, literally as he's walking off the field. Lane came back and said, "Hey, if you want to call me a hoe, we could take it in there. You could come to the locker room with me." First of all, Lane, come on, dog. We ain't gonna come on, dog. But second of all, the dude didn't call Lane a hoe. He just said he had hoe behaviors. That's two different things, right? If I call you that's something else. But if I say you have a hoish behavior, that's a whole different topic, right? That's all he said. And Lane got upset. But how can you get upset at that guy for saying that when you did it? You sitting here playing an Ole Miss face. If I'm a head coach, I know I'm going to. If I know, hey, I'm not too sure about where I want to go, I'm gonna say, hey, you know what, guys? I appreciate the question. As of right now, I don't know. I don't know what's next, right? I got to talk to my family, but at this point, I am entertaining the conversations of being the head coach of another team. I am fully committed to Ole Miss, but at the same time, I am looking at other offers. As soon as I know what my decision is, you will know immediately, right? Now, this decision looks kind of crazy because you're leaving a team with a better record for a worse one. You could talk about opportunities. You could talk about NIL. You could talk about all this other stuff, but LSU's not in the playoffs. Ole Miss is. And then you ask to coach your team in the playoffs like Ole Miss. Ole Miss would have been it would have been a worse decision for them. If they would have said, you know what, Lane? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you left us for another school, but guess what? You coach the playoffs. Go ahead. Get to the finish line. No. I'd rather take my chances and lose with the DC they promoted and all the new coaches that are going to come in. I'd rather take my chances and leaving. And obviously some players are like, okay, they fine with it. They don't care. They might go to LSU. But there's also a lot of players that are like, hell no, we don't want Lane coaching us in the playoffs. He just left us, right? You got the BYU head coach. He had job offers as well. He just announced recently that he's not going anywhere. And those players were hyped up. Those players were hyped up. Those players love that their coach is staying on their team. And he could have probably went, where he wanted to, but at the same time, I think BYU is a great place for him. Let me see if I can find that video, because the energy in that room I got it right here. Let's see if I can let's see if I can share a source on my computer. Allow to share a window. I don't want to share this window. Well, I guess it could. Okay. Let's see if I can get this up. No, I'm not gonna do it that way. That's gonna be disastrous. I can do it on my computer. But that team was hyped that he was staying, and it just, I don't know, that kind of energy, that kind of energy gets me. I absolutely love it. Let me stop that. I guess I can't stop it. BYU coach staying. Amazing response by the team. Let's see if I can share this. Share screen. We'll do that. Also share audio. Can I make this smaller? There we go. That's a good screen right there. I like that. All right, share. There you go. Why is the volume so low? I don't know. Oh, I'm tripping.
I'm not going anywhere. Really.
I'll replay it back for those who missed it.
Hey, let's go. Listen, I know we talked about it yesterday and all that, but we don't need any more distractions, okay? You guys know we're working on all the details with wages and everything, but I'm not going anywhere. Really.
Hey, that's what you want. Now, I'm not the type to say, hey, if you want to go, stay just because it's going to make some dudes happy. No, definitely not. But don't ask the coach if you know that you're not 100% committed. As an AD, ain't no way I'm going to let a guy coach for me and you already accepted another job. No, absolutely not. You shouldn't even ask that question. All right. T. Roddy said, I seen the video of him leaving Ole Miss and they booed him. The way he done it was messy, but at the same time, I don't know about all that. I don't know about booing him now. Tyler said LSU is goated. Hashtag LSU by Thomas. T. Roddy said that was a dumb move he did. Like, why would you leave when you have a winning season? T. Roddy said, I would have stayed until after. The thing about this decision is LSU was not going to wait for him to go, because if he makes a deep run into the playoffs, we're talking late December. We're talking January. Like, that's a long time. And just for Ole Miss, just for Lane Kiffin to say, hey, what if he says, hey, I'm staying? Then you waited till January to get a coach. All the other good coaches are taken. Like, it's either now, and I think that's why they cracked down. Like, hey, we need to know now. Even Ole Miss, like, hey, we're not gonna wait until January, and we got to get another coach in here. We need to get him in place so we can get him ready for success. We're not gonna just sit here and wait on you for 3 months, and we don't know if you're gonna stay or leave. Absolutely not. So I understand. So he had to make that decision. So definitely not. Definitely not. James said a couple of LSU players getting transferred because of the new coach. It's like one thing, like Virginia Tech, for instance, right? Stealing Penn State's top recruit. Like, I think that, this might be me just getting a little big-headed, but I think that James Franklin is about to turn Virginia Tech into, I'm not gonna say a powerhouse in the ACC, but I got them winning about 6 games or more next season. Just saying. They're not far. Now this season was horrible. But at the same time, Virginia Tech, I think they have now they can get the pieces, especially with a high coach like that. And you got Penn State. They still ain't got no coach. They don't know who they finna grab. I don't know who they're going to grab. But, I mean, time is running out. Back to Lane. At the end of the day, Lane is going – we can't tell Lane what to do. We can't tell him where to stay. If I'm the head coach at Ole Miss and I want to go coach at Bama or I want to go coach at LSU, like, you're not going to tell me I have to stay somewhere that I don't want to stay. Like, it's just not going to happen like that. Is our video quality low? Hang on. Why is our video quality so low? This stream thing is having problems. Go back to full screen. That looks even worse. It's clearing up. I don't know why. Oh my gosh, the quality on that looks horrible. Let me see what I can do. My gosh. This is a shame. You're not. Let me see what I can do to get this back, because that's horrible. I don't even want to watch that. Let's do it like this. Give me a second. All right. This is the most updated. I wonder if it's my. Let me see if this camera's like that. This camera. It's crazy. Yo, what is I think it's a streaming platform, guys. I'm gonna be 1,000% honest, cause I think it's a streaming platform. Let me stop streaming this first off. Maybe that'll help out. But all right, it might be an audio show today. Tick off, tick back on. All right, give me a second to clear up these issues. Who the heck is that? Because we don't need these type of issues today. Let me do. Put me back. That helped a little bit. Let me go to my camera settings. Give me 1 second while we get this figured out. Yep. All right. Seems to be better. All right, yeah, seems to be better. All right, that seems like it did it. All right, let's get. Oh, it took all my scenes out. All right, let's get back to business. Back to Lane Kiffin. Do I think it was a good decision? I mean, hey, I don't know. At the end of the day, that's on Lane. I don't know what's going to happen with this one. At the end of the day, that's on Lane. Would I have done it? I would probably never take a head coaching job at Ole Miss. I'd be 1,000%. So it's hard. Every situation is going to be different. So I don't know. I don't see myself in Lane's position to leave Ole Miss because, like I said, it depends on the school and where you're at. Like if you're a coach at, like JMU, for instance, who is, I think they're hiring, I almost said Billy Ocean, or who was that dude's name? Billy Napier, right? They're hiring Billy Napier. But at the same time, like if you're at JMU, of course you're going to probably jump on a job like Ole Miss or LA. If you get that opportunity, yeah, you're going to go to Florida State, Florida. Yeah, you're going to go, if Penn State, you're going to go to one of those schools, right? Because that's a different level of competition. More money's going to be involved in that. It's going to be definitely tougher, which is why they get paid higher. But at the same time, that's an opportunity. But when you're going SEC to SEC, playoff team to what could be a playoff team and probably should be with the level of talent, they're still paying off Brian Kelly, which if I'm him, I'm not getting no job. You got to pay me this money. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not. I'll put some applications in and see what stick. But guess what? You finna pay me however many millions you owe me. I'm about to get my check, and that's real. So, Lane has switched lanes. When it comes to his success at LSU, I don't think it's gonna be like a first year playoff run. I don't see it. Right? I think they'll kind of stick around their 7-win territory area. But you never know. We got to see what he can build. I mean, at this point, you're on the clock. You got to get about a good 4 years to win a natty, or at least have a deep playoff run. Haven't seen LSU in the playoffs in a good minute, in a deep run. Haven't seen it. So Lane has a lot. I'm not gonna say there's a lot of pressure, but hey, who knows how it's gonna go? But I know how this went. The Seminoles, Florida State. I don't want to kick a dead horse, but when the school's mascot is a horse, might as well, right? Florida State lost to the Florida Gators, 40-21. It was bad, right? It was pretty bad. I thought this game was either going to be really close because of one person, Lagway, which I do not trust. I do not trust Lagway. I don't trust him for a second. I don't trust him to throw the ball. I might trust him to scramble a little bit, but I don't trust him, right? Okay, we're nearing halftime. Think their defense either got a pick or is a turnover or no. I think FSU went for it on 4. I don't know what the scenario is, but they got the ball back at a decent field position, right? Midfield. Lagway throws what probably should have been a deflection, but he ends up, doing a little pump fake and throwing it literally to the flats, and it was a completed pass for a nice freaking run, right? Next play, he throws an interception to a dude who had somebody under him and on top of him. So you got a defender underneath and you got one over top. That's hell no territory when you got the lead. That's throw the ball out if you don't see anything. Look for other options if you don't see it. He throws it, interception. Almost flipped the game around. Luckily, Florida's defense really came through during this game. Otherwise, it could have shifted the mood. That's why I say when he is locked in and he's doing a great job, he had some incredible deep balls, made some incredible plays, but I just don't trust him much, which is why they resorted to the ground game a lot, right? The ground game for Florida. This number 13, Baugh, was an absolute beast against Florida State. You can't say he wasn't. He has more rushing yards than Castellanos has passing, and DJ Lagway has passing. This guy, although it only says 2 touchdowns, damn near should have had about 5 of them. He put Florida in a position to dominate and win that game. Every time he gets the ball, he's averaging like 7 yards. And that's at the bare minimum. He has some times where he has some he ain't going down on first contact. It's more like 3rd, 4th, 5th contact that's going to do it. And I don't know if he's a senior or not. I don't keep up with Florida football, but damn, if he comes back and he stays on the Florida Gators, and then the Florida Gators, they have a new head coach as well. And I also got news that they're hiring the offensive coordinator at Georgia Tech to come to Florida. So you already know what they're about to do to Lagway. If you know anything about Georgia Tech's offense, you already know what Lagway about to be in. Might have a little Haynes King, part 2 at Florida, which is going to be dominant. I don't know what Billy Napier did to Lagway. I have no clue. But if we see that offense that they run at Georgia Tech, Florida, now at the same time, Florida's in the SEC, so I'm not going to say they can make a run, but really all this guy has to do, we don't have their 2026 schedule, but all right, let's go Florida again. Let's look at this, SEC, I understand, right? When you got to play Georgia, we got to play Alabama, we got to play all these different teams, I understand. But if you can win Miami, you can win South Florida, USF, you can win Florida State. You win all three of those rivalry games. This year, Florida only won one, which is Florida State. Didn't win Miami. Didn't win USF. If you can own the state of Florida in your first year as a head coach, I mean, you're already ahead of Billy Napier at this point. You know, I really, honestly, what I think should happen, and it's just me, Florida should join the ACC. If Florida joins the ACC, I guarantee you they'll be top 3 in the conference. Florida has a lot of talent, but when you're playing more talented people, when you got to play Georgia, when you got to play Texas, when you got to play Ole Miss, when you got to play Tennessee, nah. Join the ACC, build your legacy. And Florida's the type to get to the playoffs, right? Because ACC, if you win the ACC, I mean, you're in there. They get to the playoffs. They at that point, they'll have the confidence, have the energy, have the experience level. And guess what? They can beat an SEC team now. Don't sleep on the Florida Gators now. They can beat an SEC team. I don't know about playing them all season now, where you got to go SEC, all season. You got to play 8 season games, 8 conference games. That's a little tough. But one, you telling me all I got to do is beat one? I got to beat an Ole Miss in the playoffs? You telling me they can't do that? I got to beat a Tennessee maybe or LSU. Man, I got to beat one of them in the playoffs. That's very much possible. So I think that, and I know this ain't all about the Florida Gators, but at the same time, like, the Florida Gators are not far. They're just in a hard conference. So when FSU fans are talking about the Gators, hey, look, yes, they have a horrible freaking record. I think they're at 4-8. You join the the SEC and you go undefeated in the SEC. Show me. Florida State would only win the East Texases of the world. I mean, the ACC whooped Florida State's butt this year. And only opponents they beat was ones who had losing seasons. Go to the SEC and go undefeated. Show me it. Show me. It's not going to happen. So, you know, I think that, like, if I'm the Gators coach, like, you're kind of in that situation where you just got to keep building up, win the state of Florida, beat Florida State, beat Miami, beat USF. And if you could just get a few, like you had the Texas win and the Mississippi State, if you could just add a few more to that, maybe wipe off Kentucky and Ole Miss next year, you're going to have something special. But let's get back to the game itself. This ball absolutely shafted Florida State. And it's a dang shame when Florida State got all these running backs and Castellanos is the one with the most yards. That should say something. I really hope that Florida State gets a pocket passer next year. And when I say get, I mean you already got one. Kevin Sperry, he's already sitting in the locker room. If Florida State gets rid of, if Castellanos goes wherever he's going to go next, I don't know. He might try to return. I don't think it's going to happen. But, I mean, it is what it is. He might go transfer somebody else and play somewhere else, right? Go run it back with Boston College, see what you do. Who knows? I don't know. But think about if Florida State does not recruit, or think about if Florida State goes in the transfer portal again and brings another quarterback. This will be the 3rd year in a row because you bought DJU after Jordan Travis. Okay? DJU, I mean, honestly, he wasn't that bad. I think he, one, he didn't give a damn, and 2, I mean, it was either him missing passes, and when he actually get a good ball, his other receivers are dropping passes. So it just wasn't no break. Then you bring in Tommy C. Still got a losing season. How about we take a break real quick? Dig in your own back pocket, because if you go into transfer portal again and bring in another quarterback, because you're going to pay all that money to bring someone in, which means Sperry's not going to start because you're not going to pay someone all that money just for him to sit on the bench. It's not going to happen unless he's hurt. So you're going to do all of that. Kevin Sperry, who has already redshirted, this season, can't redshirt again. You think he gonna sit here and sit behind with all this plan and stuff? No, he's gonna go. He's gonna get out of there. You would too. If I'm like, okay, I can understand this first. I just got here. I'm a redshirt. Might play a few games, which he did, not fully, but might play a little bit. Okay, cool. But next season, soon as I hear they're interested in the quarterback, I'm transfer portal. I'm up out of here. You're not finna sit here and play with my college eligibility when I can play. Give Sperry a chance. If I'm Florida State's head coach, I don't care if Sperry drops every damn game this next season. I don't care if he can only beat the little, East Texas of the. Okay, fine. But he has to gain that experience somewhere. And guess what? I can keep working with him and developing him. And guess what? That's only year one. I got 3 more years. These transfer portal quarterbacks that you want to get, they don't have more than 2. They don't have more than 2 years left. DJU only had 1 season. Tommy C's only going to have this season. That's it. And then you got to go find another guy to come in and run this offense, so you're going to run into the same problem every single year. Every year you're going to have this issue. You got to, and this is the perfect time to, because guess what? All right, let's say FSU goes to the transfer portal, right? And they strike gold. They get a Jordan Travis maneuvering slick mother back there. Cool. He might take you to the playoffs. You're probably going to lose, but he'll take you to the playoffs. Okay? And then he gets to go to the NFL. And then you bring another guy in here, and then you go 4 and whatever. You got a Florida Gators. You go 4-8. That's what it's going to be. But you keep Sperry. Sperry, he might start the season slow. He's going to get whooped by Bama when he goes to Tuscaloosa. They're going to get shafted. We know this. But that's the experience he needs. Let him get those defeats. Let him learn his team. Then year 2, you see some more wins. Year 3, you see more wins. And after a while, he's going to figure it out. And then you can win consistently. Not, well, hell, we don't know what offense Florida State's going to bring this year. Is it the Jordan Travis offense? Is it going to be the DJU offense? Is it the Tommy C offense? What's next? Who knows? Woo! All right. T. Ryder said FSU shot themselves in the foot all season long on games that they should have won. With Summerall at coach, I think the Gators can be a sleeper team next year. Facts. Okay, he corrected it. Okay, absolutely. I agree. So I had to get that out. Because although I don't technically call myself an FSU fan, I watch. Next year, we're going to be covering the ACC and most likely the SEC. We'll see how that works out. We got to make sure that we are able to watch these games and really break these games down. And I don't want to extend too much. I think the ACC is a pretty crazy conference. I'm not going to lie to you. So instead of trying to watch all these different teams and try to give all this, we're going to focus on the ACC teams and maybe one other conference. It could be the Big 12. It could be, Big 10 ain't really got too much damn stuff going on. So it's definitely going to be the ACC. But it's either going to be the Big 12 or the SEC that we're going to cover next. So I have to figure that out and go from there. And we'll be having guests on and all that kind of stuff. And then, we'll get that consistency. So I don't have to do these shows alone. And we can have someone here who can give good commentary and also watch the game. So if I miss something, that person can watch and we can go from there. Matty Ice, what's going on, my friend? What's happening? Whoo! Matty Ice, what is your I don't even know what's your college football team you like? I don't know. I don't think you're a Gators fan. You could be. All right. Let us know something. All right. I keep putting this in to spit this out. All right. That's what she said. Let's go to this. I'm sick and tired of this, yo. I knew you was a Gator. I had a feeling you was a Gators fan. I don't know. I felt it. So a dude made this post, and he said, Shedeur Sanders needs help. He has literally 0 time to make a play. The Browns are setting him up for failure. I responded back and I said, hey, always a damn excuse. If Gabriel was in at quarterback, you would be calling for Shedeur to come in. This is why I can't stand people online. I can't stand them. Because I watched the video that he had posted. Shedeur had about 4 or 5 seconds. What do you expect in the NFL? Should we give him 10 minutes back there? That's not how it works. They were swallowing Gabriel up too. Pause. They were killing him in the pocket. And they would say, oh, well, he's not the quarterback for us. Put in Shedeur. But when it's the other way around, what you thought? Obviously, people agree. I'm tired of the excuses. It's always Gabriel's bad. Gabriel's not a great quarterback. And then you got this. I'm sure if Gabriel had the protection, I'm sure he'll complete more throws. I'm sure he can get a longer pass. But hell, how can you throw a 25-yarder, a 50-yarder, when you only got 2 seconds back? When the time you down, set up, you dropping back, sack. Tell me how you throw that. When you hike the ball and you got to go on the run from the jump, tell me how you throw that. I'm not beating up Shedeur for the pass protection, right? They both are getting screwed because the Browns are just a bad team. Now, the defense is pretty decent, but the Browns offensively is horrible. Offensive line can't hold water. They have this horrible thing at quarterback. But to say something like this, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Because it's always an excuse. It's always an excuse. Gabriel got the same situation. And everybody thought Shedeur was going to come out here and beat the 49ers. You got 1 touchdown. Against decent teams, it doesn't work. We've seen it at Colorado. You can beat up on nobodies all day. You can beat them the heck up. When you face competition, it's different. When you face competition, it's different. But I guess that's a conversation for another day, huh? Nobody wants to have that. Hey, look, I'm not a Shedeur hater. I don't hate Shedeur. Why would I hate on that man? I want him to live his dream and do whatever the hell he wants to do, right? Because Shedeur could be out there selling drugs in the street, but he's not. He has chosen to stay out of crime and go have an NFL career. Cool. Ain't nobody hating on Shedeur for that. Because I don't care. But excuses we can't have. Excuses we just cannot have. That's just not how we can roll. No, absolutely not. You can't make excuses for one quarterback and don't make it for the other. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. If I was head coach, I do believe Shedeur needs to play, right? And it just happened at a time Gabriel got hurt. I feel like Shedeur is going to be in at some point. I understand Gabriel, if he was the starting quarterback, he's next in line. So guess what? He needed majority of the reps. I have a young guy who's never played in the NFL before. Hell yeah, he's going to get a lot. He's going to get 94% of these reps. Shedeur can get the other 6 whenever we have time for it. If Shedeur is a starter, he'll be getting 94 and Gabriel will be getting the 6 and running most of his reps with the second and third team offense and defense. Because that's where backups belong. Even in high school, ain't no backup quarterback getting majority of the first team reps. They say second team offense, and he scurries out on the field, and he faces whatever defense he's playing. And most of the time, he's giving a look. So he's when I say giving a look, that means that he's simulating whatever the team we're about to play, their offense, to the starter defenses. So backups are for. You're a backup. It's when hits the fan. That's what you do. So I think I know Shedeur has the Tennessee Titans coming up, and he'll probably lose every other. The Tennessee Titans, he might have a chance winning that one. You know, it is what it is. But after that, he's probably not going to win another one this season. That's going to be it. I also, I want to bring something to the congregation. Did I say that right? That is I do not want that. Because I seen this on Instagram, and I wasn't going to talk about this. I wasn't going to say a word. Because it really ain't none of my business. I don't care too much. It is what it is. But let me see if I can find it where it's already kind of together. I wasn't going to speak on it. Hell no, I don't want to sign up for that. I'm not gonna speak. I don't care about that. I don't care. It is what it is. I don't damn care. I don't have the energy for it. Not doing it. We ain't gonna dig into that. It's no point. Let's get into these conference championship games because I'm interested to see who is gonna win. Now we're gonna look at the playoff bracket as well because we got to see who's gonna really be in this thing. We're here. It's conference title week, ladies and gentlemen. College football passes like that. 1 minute, we're starting the season. Everybody's so excited. We got weeks of football next minute, and it feels like less than a month. College football is gone. So as of right now, you got Ohio State. There, I guess I can just show you the bracket because it's going to be the same. Well, we got to get through this. So here's my honest opinion on these games. First things first, ACC, you would never have predicted that Virginia and Duke were going to go against each other. Now, due to personal bias, strength of schedule, I got to go with Virginia to win the ACC Conference Championship. They absolutely deserve it, and I hope they bring it home. Duke is not one to forget about now, but at the same freaking time, I got Virginia bringing it home. I like that offense. It can put up points. If the defense just holds on, they can get it. When it comes to the American Conference, you got North Texas and you got Tulane. North Texas is not an easy team to beat. Tulane just lost their head coach, but at the same time, Tulane has talent too. I think this is, and I'll put your predictions in the chat as well if y'all want to, and we can really talk this thing out. I want to say North Texas is going to bring it home. I want to say North Texas is going to bring it home. I want Tulane to pull through. But at the same time, I think North Texas is going to win it. I'm rooting for Tulane. I hope they win it, but I think that North Texas is probably going to win that game. We're going to the Big 12, which honestly, I miss the Pac-12 so much. I want the Pac-12 to come back. I thought that was a great conference. It was amazing, but we got the Big 12. It's okay. We got BYU and Texas Tech. Now, I think at this point, BYU has to win this game. Let me see something real quick. Where is that's what I want to see. I don't. Texas Tech is a dog, man. It's going to be a great matchup, bro. It's going to – I like BYU. I like what they got going. I can't bet against Texas Tech. Can't do it. I can't bet against Texas Tech. Nah. And then it's going to be a rematch because they already played this season. Yeah, I can't bet against Texas Tech. No. They already played them one time. Texas Tech shafted them. Nah, I'm going Texas Tech. All right, Conference USA, we got Kennesaw State and Jack State. I have not looked into any of those teams yet. I don't know. I gotta see. Let me go to ESPN real quick. I gotta see. I just want to look at the record and who they played this season. I don't keep tracking those CUSA team. Not even gonna sit there and lie to you. I just don't. Let's pull that team up. They ain't even got it on here. How about that? It's not even on here. How wonderful is that? Let's go Kennesaw. The Owls. Kennesaw State is 9-3. Jack State is going to be 8-4. I got Kennesaw State winning it. I don't care too much. I don't care about the MAC. It means no difference. I think UNLV is going to beat Boise. Just from personal bias, it is what it is. Y'all got to learn how to take that. But I think UNLV has that. I hope they have it. I mean, what really has happened in Boise State besides, you got what's that dude's name who went to the NFL? What's his name? I was about to say Cam Akers, but that was a running back for Florida State. Ashton Genty. Other than that, I don't put nothing else. Now, with Genty playing, absolutely, but if not, absolutely not. I got the UNLV to absolutely wash Boise State to send them to hell home. Sun Belt, you got Troy, you got JMU. I'm probably going to go with Troy for this one. Once again, personal preference. I don't watch these conferences, so I don't really have much commentary on these conferences. I don't know who's going to win. But I got Troy. It just is what it is. That's what I got, okay? But wait a minute. I got JMU. What the hell? Oh, hell no. I got JMU. My bad. I looked at the conference. I looked at competition. I got JMU. Forget that. All right. This is what I know about SEC, Georgia, Alabama. We're back to my familiar territory. I don't watch Sun Belt. I don't watch Mountain West. I don't watch the MAC. I don't watch Conference USA. I don't watch the American Conference. But I do watch ACC, Big 12, Big. Oh, I didn't even talk about Ohio State. All right. ACC, I got Virginia. Big 12, I got Texas Tech. The Big 10, I got I don't know if I can do it, y'all. I don't know if I can do it, y'all. I don't know if I can do it, y'all. I don't know if I can do it. T. Roddy, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do it, T. Roddy. I don't know. I don't know if I can do it, T. Roddy. I don't know if I can do it, dog. I don't know. Give me Ohio State for the win. Give me Ohio State. Give me Ohio State for the win. Give me Ohio State for the win, dog. Give me Ohio State. I got to take Ohio State. When it comes to Indiana, I'm not too impressed with the schedule. I'm not going to lie to you. Because you can say, well, they beat Penn State. Well, guess what? Ohio State did too. But did Indiana play Michigan? I don't think so. So, when it comes to schedule, they played Michigan State. They didn't play Michigan. I don't think that they have faced enough competition to win the big one. I think that Ohio State, now Indiana's a damn good team now, right? It's crazy that they can flip that quarterback from California to Indiana and make a freaking run. That's insane. Like that's honestly insane to me. But they're both undefeated. Michigan and Ohio State struggled until they figured it out. Once they got settled in, they played their game. Michigan didn't score one touchdown. It was all field goals. Their defense didn't allow one touchdown against a Michigan offense. They figured out the defense. They made it work. Now, I don't know if y'all have seen Michigan play, but that's a hard offense to stop. They have a lot going on in the backfield. All kind of misdirections. That's tough. And Michigan made some great plays. But Ohio State, they bent, but they definitely did not break. I got Ohio State beating Indiana. I think the competition level is going to decide this whole thing. We might have to stream and watch this game because it's going to be an interesting one. I do not think, because Indiana does this every single year. They get there, they fold. They're not beating Ohio State. They're not beating Ohio State. I can't do it. SEC ball. Georgia and Alabama. We got to remember that Bama beat Georgia earlier in the season. And they were on the road. Let me make sure they were on the road because I remember them being in Georgia. They were in Georgia. This is the big game for them. This is going to decide a lot. Let's bring up the playoff bracket real quick. You got Georgia sitting at 3. You got Alabama at 9. Alabama has 2 losses, 1 to Florida State, 1 to Oklahoma. Georgia, on the other hand, has 1 loss, and that 1 loss is to Alabama. Okay? So if Georgia loses this game, they're still in the playoffs. You can't take a 2-loss Georgia team out the playoffs. You definitely have to let in a 2-loss Alabama team into the playoffs, especially after they just beat Georgia again. Now, if Bama loses this game, it makes them a 3-loss team. But once again, the SEC bias is real. And I agree with the SEC bias. Absolutely, they should have it. It's the hard SEC is the toughest conference in the world. Some of these SEC teams are going to the NFL and wipe these damn teams out. So absolutely they deserve bias. If it's me and I'm on the playoff committee, I'm saying, hey, guess what? If Georgia takes a loss here, they're still in the playoffs. Swap them with Alabama, put Alabama at 3, put Georgia at 9. Both are in the playoffs because they make the playoffs better. They make the playoffs better. And as far as Indiana, I don't think they fall far because of how the strength of schedule. Well, not the strength of schedule, but the strength of the loss. It's now if they got beat by Wisconsin. If they got beat by somebody like that, absolutely they should fall far. But if you lost to an undefeated Ohio State, I don't think they're going to punish you that bad. I really don't. I think you're still in the playoffs, and I think you're probably still in the top 10. Simple as that. You're still in the top 10. Alabama's going to be pushing it if they lose to Georgia now. Alabama is going to be pushing it when it comes to Bama. Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, send Georgia or Alabama. Have them in the Browns lineup. Cooked. Absolutely, they're cooked. Now, I didn't say all NFL teams now. But have them face the Browns and see what's going to happen. And shout out to Caleb Williams doing his thing out there. Okay, take me to the top 25. And we got to talk about this Miami and Notre Dame thing. Because Miami played Notre Dame earlier in the season. But yet, and they beat Notre Dame, right? One a far one, but I mean, they still beat Notre Dame. But Miami is about to be out while Notre Dame is in. They're both 10-2. Miami has lost to SMU and Louisville, which Louisville was on top of the damn conference when they played. And they lost to SMU. When it comes to Notre Dame, Notre Dame lost to Miami and Texas A&M. I don't know how you leave out a Miami team. I think you leave them both out. They both got to go, or you let Miami in. You let Miami win in. And then also, Notre Dame, y'all need to join the conference. Hey, join the ACC. Join the ACC. The ACC will happily take you. Join the ACC. Think that'll be. Don't join the SEC because you won't win another damn game. But join the ACC. But I personally, I like Miami. I think Miami's a pretty decent team, and I think that when they're on fire, they are absolutely electric. And I think that it'd be fun to see them in the playoffs, especially in this 12-team bracket. I think they deserve to be in. Because I mean, if you add in Virginia, whoever wins the ACC championship, right? If you add one of those guys in, is that going to be a good match? I like Virginia, but Virginia and the ACC winning that. If Virginia has to line up against Oregon or Ole Miss, well, against Ole Miss to have a chance. But if they line up against the SEC team, it's not going to be pretty. Sergeant, what's going on, my friend? It ain't going to be pretty, guys. I'm sorry. It ain't going to be pretty. If Duke lines up against the SEC, it ain't going to be pretty. If Duke has to see Oregon, it's not going to be pretty. That's crazy that majority of everybody on this list, Georgia, SEC, A&M, SEC, Ole Miss, SEC, Oklahoma, SEC, Alabama, SEC. They deserve it. They deserve it, though. I want to see Miami in. That's what I really want. It's kind of Virginia must have not. Did Virginia lose a game this season? Virginia, I was pretty impressed with them this season. They're 10-2. They lost to NC State and Wake Forest. And they played Duke and beat them already. Duke has 5 damn losses. But only 2 conference losses. Which is why they're okay, I understand that part. Nah, dog. Nah, dog. Nah. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. If Miami has 2 conference losses, Duke got 5 losses total, but only 2 in conference. And I mean, their schedule's pretty decent. But them boys lost to UConn. They beat NC State, though. Man, the ACC confuses me, dog. I don't even understand it. Virginia, I absolutely understand Virginia. You got to put Virginia in. They done balled their asses off this season. Absolutely put them in. But you telling me you finna leave Miami, a 10-2 Miami team, who is a second. Okay, like I said, Virginia is the only person with 1 conference loss. Understand that. Get them the hell in there. They deserve it. But how in the world, if you have a choice between SMU, 2 conference losses, Miami, 2 conference losses, Pitt, Georgia Tech, Duke, all with 2 conference losses. You chose Duke. How does this make sense? How does it make sense? Because Miami played NC State. NC State was, well, they weren't on fire towards the end, but they did beat Georgia Tech, though. They beat Florida State when they were ranked number 18 in the country. Even their non-conference games, they played Notre Dame, USF. Hell, they're not bad teams at all. Notre Dame is in the playoffs right now. Syracuse would have had a decent year if they wouldn't have lost their quarterback. That, after that, they got shafted. They were, they're blowing out opponents. Nah, ACC got this wrong. I would have had Virginia, or hell, throw SMU in there. Hell no, I'm not going to put Duke in there. Why is everybody playing East Texas? Hell no, they lost to Wake Forest and they lost to Cal. No, definitely not. Have Miami in there. Miami went and handled business. All right, so, but they beat SMU, so I can, at least have SMU in there versus Virginia. Why would you have Duke in there? I don't know. I don't understand I'm sorry. I just went down this whole rabbit hole. It just doesn't make sense, guys. I don't know why Duke. I don't know why Duke is in there like that, but hey, I guess that's how they want to play things. Cool. I would have much rather seen Miami or at least SMU versus Virginia. But hey, the ACC is the ACC. It is what it is. All right. My final predictions for this list is Virginia to absolutely wash Duke. You can't sleep on them, but I think Virginia's gonna win it. They deserve it. I think North Texas is going to win, but I'm hoping Tulane wins, so I'm going with Tulane. I got Texas Tech shafting BYU again. I got Ohio State overcoming Indiana. Indiana ain't ready, and they could be, but we're gonna find out. I got, when it comes to SEC, Georgia and Alabama. Bama already walked into Georgia's house and beat them once. Georgia's going to want revenge. When it comes crunch time, Georgia is not a team to take for granted. Not a team to underestimate. Athletes. But there's always big butts in this conference. I like Ty Simpson. I like this Alabama team. I really do. I think they got their stuff together. When that Florida State loss came, I was extremely upset. It's like, you lost to Florida State. Nah. They went on a run. They absolutely made up for it. Yeah, they lost to Oklahoma, but by 2 points. This team is very much well on fire. Give me Alabama to beat Georgia. Honestly, it's the best case scenario. That'd be crazy. Georgia's 2 losses will come to Alabama. That's kind of that's insane. Hey, my only 2 losses this season come from the same team, and it's Alabama. I think that's the best case scenario, because if you have that, guess what's going to happen? Georgia, you're still in the playoffs. You're still in. Alabama loses, they might still sneak in, but it's going to be a different tune. Just because you lost to 3 Georgia. But give me Bama. I got to go with Alabama to win the game. That's who my heart is set on. I got Bama dominant. I got Bama winning. Shout out to the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide, I guess. We're going to roll some ties today. I've never been to Tuscaloosa. I don't want to go either, though. That's the thing. One thing about Alabama is they'll treat you okay now. They'll feed you and all kind of. Why you think Kirby ain't the bodybuilder and all that kind of stuff? Can't. Why when they sent Jimbo to Texas, man, Jimbo gained about 50-something pounds. He's trying to work it all off now, but he done gained about 50 to 100 pounds. They feed you good over there. Stuff you up. You take it how you want to. You stuff turkeys, they stuffed him too. Other than that, you got Tootsie, however you say his name. He going to Syracuse to play receiver or DB, whatever the hell position he play. Hell, at this point, I'm about to start recording some tapes. Not the tapes y'all think about. Get out the gutter. Going out to the football field, recording some tapes. You'll see your boy playing. I got to go to a team that ain't doing all that traveling like that. I want to play a lot of in-state people. You'll see your boy soon out there on the field. I'll be Latanya. What's going on? I'll be out the line. Renee. We'll be out there. On a real note, if any of y'all want to face me in football, I play receiver most of the time. I don't do DB. I'll try. I could probably still lock you up because I'm just like that. If anybody want to try me, if you want to be a DB, whatever the case is, linebacker, whatever the case is, you can get this work. These hands are deadly. I'm not the fastest, not the shiftiest. Never said I was. Never meant to be either. But I got enough to get you. And I'm putting these paws on you too. We're going to get handsy. We're going to get handsy tonight. That's what I do. I'm very competitive, especially when it comes to football. I'm competitive. Just like that. Just like that. But that is all I had for the show tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. And I hope y'all have a great night tonight. I'll be back live in a little bit. We talked about Lane, talked about food, we talked about everything. I'm done for today. I don't know if I'm going to clip these up and put it as post. I don't know. Next season, we're going to be strictly on the ACC and we're strictly on either the SEC or the Big 12. I'll let y'all decide what conference you want to watch. If we do the Big 12, we could probably do we could probably do ACC, Big 12, and Big 10. We could probably knock all three of those out. If we do the SEC, we can only do the ACC and the SEC. It's just, it's just a lot to follow, a lot of teams, a lot of stuff going on like that. So we got to manage it well. We'll have a permanent co-host on here to run that, and that'll be wonderful. And we're going to make the show something great. We'll be here for the playoffs. I'll review the playoffs for y'all. It'll be amazing. We'll watch some playoff games, and we'll see who's going to win this natty this year. Although I love my team, Oregon. I don't think they're going to win it, though. But Oregon need to send me some gear because I'm a silent supporter, right? I don't take, when you see Oregon win a game, I don't say nothing. They can win a natty, and I'll just be like, hey, good job. I'm not going to say we won a natty. Hey, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. See you good people the next one. Your boy's out. I'm gone. You gotta be kiffing me. Y'all like that thumbnail? You gotta be kiffing me. I know y'all like this. Is that a hair? I ain't got no gray hair already. You gotta be kiffing me, y'all.